This one concept will make you question your entire routine as well as the standard you set for yourself when it comes to accomplishing your goals. Now, let me explain, because there's this dude I see in my day to day. He's an acquaintance of mine. We've had a couple of very brief conversations. They're always short and, lighthearted. They always end with something like, yo, we should catch up sometime. It was good seeing you. Or we should get a workout in sometime. You probably have somebody like this in your day to day right now. There's people that you know that are kind of cool and you've kind of connected with them, but you haven't really gone anywhere with them really, right? And so the last time I saw this dude, I was like, yo, we should get that workout in. And he actually followed up and texted me saying, yeah, I'm going to be working out at Equinox if you want to join in. And honestly, I'm not even going to lie, guys. I don't know why, but I had resistance around going to hang out with him. Even though he's clearly a cool dude, he's clearly established. You know what it is? I'm just so stuck in my own routine right now that for whatever reason, I just had resistance around breaking my routine. And I think that's how a lot of us are. It's not that we need to go do this thing, and we're also not in pain right now in our normal day-to-day routine. So we're creatures of habit, right? So to go out of our routine to do this thing that may not be that amazing or that crazy, or there might not be that big of a potential positive reward for doing the thing, we're kind of stubborn to do it a lot of the times, right? And so for whatever reason, I wasn't stubborn, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna just go do it. I'm gonna do the workout. Fuck it, let's do it. I've kind of seen this guy around. It'd be cool to do it because I've been so stuck in my routine, right? So I went there. We ended up hitting back and buys for the day. Cool workout. We're just getting to know each other really, because we haven't actually hung out before. So we go through the workout. Afterwards, we go down to Pura Vida, grab a coffee, grab a little bit of light breakfast, and we're just talking business and stuff. And the more that I get to know this dude, the more I'm thinking like, yo, this guy's actually very, very high level in terms of his business and his successes and where he's at. I actually thought that he was closer to my age. It turns out he's actually only 27. I'm 34. I'm about to be 35 in a couple months. But he's very high level, like way further along than I am in my businesses, in a lot of my mindsets with financials and systems and processes and all of these things. So it was really cool to connect with him because first off, I had a slightly different expectation of him before going into the workout, or to hang out for the day. But also we actually had a decent amount in common as we connected on a deeper level. Like, it turns out we actually had similar upbringing, similar situations happening with our dads passing away, and so we actually connected more than I was expecting to initially. And so by the time I left the interaction though, and I went home, just by talking to this dude about business and where he's at with his own business and the standards he has for his own protocol in his business, in his systems, and the advice he was giving me, I was actually really surprised. I was like, damn, I can't even believe that my perspective on my entire business model, it's really changed. It's making me question a lot of things that I have going on in my own routine, just like seeing the way he operates, which, by the way, like, I didn't pay him. He didn't give me like some crazy advice, but just hanging out with him for like 2 hours and talking to him about his business, his goals, his mindset, what he's doing in his day to day, just automatically from doing that, it made me go back and question my own life, my own goals, my own routine, right? And this is something we don't do enough of. We don't go out of our way to connect with other people because, number one, we have a tendency of like judging other people. We don't know if they're actually cool. We don't know if they could actually provide value to us. A lot of the people, like, it's not clear. Most of us would jump on a very obvious opportunity where there's crazy value, but a lot of the times you have a lot of people in your day-to-day that you're failing to connect with that could really motivate you, honestly, and inspire you. Connecting with like-minded individuals, ideally even people that are above you, even if it's just for a little bit of time, can really go a long way. And this is not just for business, by the way, guys. Like, I remember in so many different ways. I remember when I was first hanging out with my one friend in my mid-20s, I started going out with him a lot, and we would go interact with girls, and then I remember multiple times we would be out and the girls were like, oh my God, Joe, your teeth are so nice. Teeth are so nice. And like, after the third time I heard that, I'm not gonna lie, it started making me question my own teeth. Like, before that, I never had a problem with my teeth. I was never had a problem with it. I started hanging out with this dude. I saw the standard that he had for his own smile and his own teeth and how the world was treating him about it. I was like, damn, yo, I actually want to get, I started taking care of my teeth. And lo and behold, I think like 9 months later, I got my first ever compliment when I was hanging out with some girl and she was like, oh my God, you have really nice teeth, right? And so it's not just for physical appearance. It's not just for money. This could be for anything. I think most of you do is that you have goals in mind, whether it's like content or social confidence, making more money, your diet, your physique, the time you go to bed, the vices, the drugs you do. We're so heavily influenced by the people we hang around right now. You don't even realize how much influence those people have on you, the content you consume and the people you're around right now. And we are so stuck in our current day-to-day routines right now, guys. We're so stubborn and stuck and close-minded in our routine. And we also have, for whatever reason, we have this egotistical thing where we judge everybody else. We find like the one negative thing in that person, and for whatever reason, we think that they're not worthy of hanging out with us and we won't be best friends, so we don't chill with a lot of these people. And I've been that dude, and honestly, I'm still guilty of this to some extent, because now that I'm slightly more successful, I have like more, I prioritize my business over a lot of things. But I'm telling you guys, it's important. It's really important to have that balance. It doesn't need to be a 50-50 balance. I don't think it should be a 50-50 balance, but I think that there should be a percentage of your time that's really going into this thing. And if you're hanging out with a lot of people that aren't serving you, they're not uplifting you, they're not making you question your routine, they're not making you feel smaller in some extent, that's a problem too. That's a problem too, man. It's a big problem, right? If it comes to social confidence and content and putting yourself out there, I guarantee you, if you spend some time with me and you went through my routine and you could see how I could go out and interact, you could see how I could pull out the camera, you could see how I could post the content, you could see my routine, that shit would make you question your own mindset, your own self-talk. 100%, bro. That's why I've always had mentors, right? Most of these people, they're not in our day-to-day. Like, I have to pay people to be around them to understand their mindset, and that influences me positively. Most of the people in your day-to-day, very, very low level. But occasionally, if you put yourself out there enough, you will have opportunities to connect with other people. And you know what's funny? I was talking to this guy, and he's making really good money, dude, like 10x what I'm making. And I asked him, I was like, how do you meet most of your people that you're networking? And he said, honestly, a lot of it's through courses, programs, masterminds. Like, a lot of it is not just from your day-to-day. All right, some of it can be. Like in this case, I've seen him very frequently just in passing on the street and stuff. But honestly, we first connected years ago through a digital product. So I'm trying to explain this to you guys because I think we're very closed off to this idea. And if you could just connect with a couple other people that are at the same level as you, or maybe even slightly higher than you, they're not crazy above you to the point where like you can't even reach them. I'm talking about dudes that are around your level in your area that you could surround yourself with, that could motivate and inspire and make you slightly question your work ethic, your discipline, your physique, your finances, the way you look, the way you interact, your confidence level. If they could start to make you question those things at least a little bit, that's a good thing, bro. That's a good thing. And honestly, I didn't have enough of that in New Jersey. Straight up. I did not have enough of that in New Jersey. Now that I'm out here in Miami, that's one of the bigger things. I'm a small fish in a big ass pond out here, bro. Straight up. And at first I was like almost afraid of relocating, right? Because you get comfy. It ties back to what I was saying at the beginning of this video. We get comfy in our routines, even though it's not the most ideal, but we're comfy in that routine. We're cool in our own environments that we frequent at. Even when I was the pizza delivery guy, I was cool at the pizza delivery spot. I was the man at the pizza delivery spot. I was the cool older driver. I was the delivery driver. I was the older one. I had been there for 5 years. I was cool and confident in that environment. Is that the best life for me? Fuck no. So you got to take a step out of your comfort zone in the environments you're in to put yourself in a slightly different environment. But at first it might be uncomfortable. You might not be the guy. You might not be the top dog. But by being around other people, it forces you to go harder, to push yourself upward. They're supporting you and uplifting you, man. So surround yourself with like-minded people, guys. All right? There's a lot of these people in your day-to-day that you might not even be giving them a chance, or you don't invite them out enough. It's going to be on you to make those initial invitations. Most people aren't that proactive. It's going to be on you to make those invitations. Some of these dudes that are high level, they understand the power of networking, so they are a little bit more proactive. But a lot of people aren't. And I'm guilty of this too. That's why I wanted to share this video. It's almost like an accountability for myself too. Because the more I talk about it, the more it'll come into existence as well. Right? You want to start networking with more dudes that are high level. Surround yourself with other men that have qualities that you admire. And if you can't find them in your day-to-day, you join masterminds, programs, courses, live events, clubs, meetups, pay extra money to go to these environments. That could be the high-end gym. That could be relocating. That's a bigger move. But you want to do what you can to put yourself in these environments and connect with these people, bro. If you want to connect with dudes that are like-minded, if you want to interact with me directly and get coaching so you have extra structure, accountability, guidance, a community, a step-by-step process to go through this thing, like I can actually connect you into a group chat with dudes that are in your city. If you live near a major city, you can talk to me on a daily basis. You can talk to me one-on-one. You can come to the live group call every day and interact with me and the other dudes that are going through this stuff. If you want the coaching, the accountability, the structure, the necessary pieces to uplift you, to break through the ceilings you're at, click the button down below, man. Get into the new program right now. Got an insane offer going on. I'd love to connect you. I'd love to work with you directly to help you make that level up. That's all for this video, guys. I had to blast this video out at the end of the day. It's nighttime. I normally do this shit in the morning when the sun's coming up. I had such a busy day. I had to push it off. But you know what? This is a non-negotiable. I don't miss on these videos. You know that, right? I don't give a fuck what time it is. I'm getting the work done. And when you hang around people like this that have that kind of a mindset, I promise you it motivates and inspires you to go harder in your own life. When you see, damn, he's going like that. Damn, I got to report to him on that call. I got this community on my back. I got to do this too. And that's the power. That's the power of surrounding yourself with guys like this and the energy like this. So click the button below. I got to get back upstairs. It's been a long ass day. But that's all for this video, fellas. Talk soon. Peace out. See you tomorrow.